So we got the e-Golf, the Tacoma, the FJ Cruiser, and the 4Runner all lined up, and I want to show you something real quick. Starting off with the e-Golf here. See, when I open the hood, it's got a gas strut, opens up super easy, and it stays open once it's up. Come over to the FJ Cruiser next. Same story here, we got dual gas struts. And on the 4Runner, once again, same story. So then we go over to the Tacoma. And this generation Tacoma actually came out after the FJ Cruiser and the 4Runner. And pull this lever here, and this hood is ridiculously heavy and no gas struts. So put the camera in that hand, let's open this little stick, and now it's open. So kind of old school. You also see that the width of this opening here on the Tacoma compared to 4Run the FJ is significantly reduced. So today we're going to fix that issue. So this is the solution to our problem. It's a hood strut kit from Spiker Engineering. They're based in California, and 100% of the components in this kit are made right here in the United States. It's OEM grade quality, and it comes with a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. So probably the best hood strut kit that you can buy for the Tacoma. It also comes with all of the parts and pieces that you need for the installation. And this specific kit is their high lift kit, which allows you to open the hood up to 8 inches more than what you're gonna be able to do stock from the factory. I already mentioned that on the FJ Cruiser and the 4Runner that you can open those quite a bit larger. And so with this kit, brings the Tacoma on par. So you can set it at the stock height, you can go 8 inches, or you can go somewhere in the middle. Link to this product is in the description below. So in the kit, we get a set of dual gas struts, instruction manual, which is actually very good. This is highly unusual. I often find that when I do modifications, they come with 0 instructions, but you'll see here it's very detailed. It's got good color photos, and it goes over everything. So one of the best instructional manuals that I've ever seen with any modification. I'm gonna go over the process in this video, but these instructions are excellent. You'll see we also get a sticker here, and then all the parts and pieces. We've got some brackets, rivets, and a drill bit stopper as well. Tools that we're gonna need for the installation. We need a riveter, 3/16 inch. We've got our center punch here and a hammer, tape measure, tape and a marker, drill, and then a few other basic tools might also be needed. So the first step, we want to get some sort of a stick in here that holds the hood at the exact height that you want it to be. I'm currently about 7 inches over the factory setting, so not completely maxed out, but quite a bit taller than it was previously. It's important that we have something that's fixed here so that the hood doesn't move at all during the installation. So once we have the hood propped to the desired opening height, next we've got to remove this plastic cover on both sides of the engine compartment. You'll see that at the front here, we've got this little plastic screw here. We're just going to take a flathead screwdriver, and right there in the gap, we're just going to pry that in and just gently pry this out. These can be a little brittle with age, so be careful not to break it, and then just pop it out. And then next up, we've got to remove this plastic piece. In order to do that, we've got a few little clips here that it's just kind of pushed against. So we're just gonna gently tug it out toward the center of the engine compartment here. Can be gentle here not to break any of those clips. This is easier done without a camera in your hand. There we go. So we got that off. You can see the 3 little clips. And do the same thing on the driver's side. Next, we're ready to install our lower bracket, but first we need to do a little bit of prep. So you'll see that we've got these indentations here on the side. The rear one, right before you get to the back of the engine compartment, that's where we're gonna be installing the bracket. So we'll take a rag, we'll just clean off all of the dirt and dust on this surface. Once we drill those holes, we're gonna be doing a little bit of touch-up paint, so the cleaner the surface is, the better. You could even use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to just make sure that we've got a really nice clean surface to work with. Next, we're gonna take a piece of tape here, and we're gonna center it on that indentation. Push it out on both sides. And then our bracket, this is the lower bracket. We need to mark the, basically where this center hole should line up. We're actually not gonna be using that center hole, but we'll take our marker here in the bottom of this indentation right down the center. We're just going to mark a line and then line up this bracket so that you can see that line through the center hole. Now, once we can see that line through the center hole, we're gonna again take our marker here and we're gonna mark the 2 holes that we'll be drilling on the outside. So these are the only 2 holes where we'll be drilling and installing rivets. Next, we're gonna take our center punch here and we're gonna start the drill hole so that the drill bit's not sliding around on the metal. Just gonna center that there and just gently tap on that to get our hole started. Do that on both sides here. So I mentioned that the kit came with this drill stopper here. That's important so we don't drill too far, especially when we're on the hood. This distance right here, you'll want to be 3/8 of an inch. And we'll line it up on that hole and drill, and then that stopper will stop us before we go through too far. Next, we'll go ahead and pull this tape up. Probably would be a good idea to put something down to keep these metal shavings from getting inside the engine. Just gonna try to be really cautious here. Now you're supposed to use either a 3/16 or preferably a number 10 index drill bit to drill these holes. So I'm just checking with these rivets real quick to make sure that we've got the clearance that we need to pass them through. Since I used the 3/16 and it looks like we're good. If you don't have enough, you can put that drill bit in again and just kind of play it around a little bit to get the clearance that you need. Now you can see that we've got just a little bit of bare metal showing at each of these drill holes, so we want to make sure to touch that up so that it never turns into rust. I don't have touch-up paint, so I'm just going to use a little bit of undercoating here. Spray that, make sure that there's no bare metal showing, and then we'll just let that dry. So next up, we're ready to install the lower bracket. So we'll go ahead and line it up with those 2 holes. Take a rivet on each side, insert them and make sure that they both fit. If they don't fit, then you may need to increase the size of those holes slightly. It looks like we're good here. Grab our riveter and we'll go ahead and bring that all the way down. And squeeze a couple times until it pops out. There we go. And then we'll do the other. There we go. So the strut's gonna be a little bit sticky out of the box, so we're just gonna go ahead and compress this a couple times before we install it. Just gonna press it down, release it, press, go one more time, and we're ready to install it. So the strut gets installed with the Spiker Engineering facing up. So we're gonna take the lower portion down here, and we're gonna go ahead and pop it onto the lower bracket, just push on it gently, and then we're ready to get the upper bracket in position to do our drill holes. So here's the upper bracket. We'll go ahead and pop that on, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring it up here, the inside of the hood. We're gonna line it up where it's nice and flush with this line right here, and then we're gonna mark the 2 holes with marker. You'll see that there's a 3rd hole here that we're not using, so we're just using these upper 2. Line that up, and then once we've got it good, make 2 marks here. So I've got a piece of cardboard. I'm going to put it down below here to catch metal shavings, and this is the step where the bit stopper is going to be most crucial. You could really screw things up here if you drill through your hood. So just want to be very careful with this step that we don't over drill and go right through the other side. So we'll line it up there and then we'll drill it out. Next, we'll check and make sure that our rivet fits in the hole. We're good there. Just pull it out, and then we'll spray a bit of touch-up paint here again, let that dry. Once that paint is dried, we're going to go ahead and bring this bracket up and insert this rivet in the hole. rivet gun and pop it in. There we go. And we're ready to drill the hole for the next one. Once again, we'll make sure our rivet fits here. And it does, so we'll go ahead and give it a quick spray touch-up. Once that's dry, we'll insert the last rivet. And then our last step is to reinstall this little cover on each side. So go ahead and line that up. And again, we've got these 3 white clips this needs to pop onto. Get those lined up, push in on each side. And then again, we've got this little plastic screw. Pull out the head on that all the way. Might have to push in a little bit on this and then pop it through that hole. Once it's through, push in on the head and you're good to go. Do the same thing on the other side. So once we've got the gas strut installed on one side, we're ready to do it on the other side. Follow the same process. Don't measure it out to line up that bracket. Just follow the same process that we did over on this side. They may not be in the exact same spot, and that's okay. Once we've got both of them installed, remove the stick that we've got here in the middle and then slowly test it out and make sure that you don't have any conflicts or rubbing on either side. You can see that we're good here. And watch the beauty of it rising on its own. We've got one last step to the process. Install our Spiker Engineering sticker on the sticker board. So with that, the installation of the Spiker Engineering gas struts is now complete. As you can see, the hood opening is quite a bit larger, and it's gonna be really nice to not have to deal with this heavy hood any longer. Again, the link to this product is in the description below. For more 3rd generation Tacoma videos, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.